Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl She. Thanks for liking, subscribing and sharing, and for always viewing my videos. So in my previous video I introduced the concept of suicide and suicide prevention awareness, and I said September is the month where we raise awareness of suicide and suicide prevention. As you can see from my t-shirt, it reads Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and I said that more men than women commit suicide, and this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. From the research that I did both online and offline ground, I found out that 90% of the time, 90% of the suicide cases are men, and the reasons why more men than women commit suicide are the same, universally. It doesn't matter the age, the ethnicity, the culture, or the country. And one of the reasons could be communication, because men rarely communicate their feelings and their emotions right from childhood. Men are taught to mask their emotions and to stay strong and not talk about how they feel. And so, when a boy is young and he's taught not how to talk about how he feels, he grows up with the same mentality. You find out that the society is always looking out for the girl child, empowering the girl child. The girl should talk if you're dealing with this. But if a boy talks about how he feels about something he's dealing with, he is seen as weak and girly, and he should mask his emotions. And so now boys grow up to be men who are emotionally damaged, men who cannot open up, men who cannot talk about their struggles. Yes, and then eventually, when you are overwhelmed with so much issues that may be bottled up from childhood to young adulthood, and now you are an adult and the things are so much for you to bear, eventually you commit suicide. And another reason could be substance use. More men than women use drugs. More men than women will be smoking. More men than women will be drinking, using heroin, cocaine, etc. And substance use and alcoholism is also a risk factor as to why most people commit suicide. And yeah, that is another reason. You find out people who are alcoholics may end up committing suicide. You reach a point, you start feeling worthless and useless, and you are at a point of no return when you hit rock bottom, and then you opt to just end your life because you don't see a way back to a normal life. Another reason could be economic factors. We all saw what happened last year when COVID hit the world, and for a man who was a breadwinner, for a man that used to be the source of the family's needs, so when you become unproductive and you're not able to provide as you used to, and then it starts getting to you and you're like, I can't do this anymore, and then you opt to commit suicide. I remember watching an interview last year of a comedian who was talking about how he wanted to commit suicide because alikuwa amefika point he wasn't able to provide for his family. And also from the research I did, also I figured that more women than men are diagnosed with depression, mental illnesses, and also more women actually attempt suicide, but more men actually commit suicide. For instance, if we have 100 cases of suicide, 30 will be women and 70 will be men, and you find out that these men didn't attempt and they just committed suicide, maybe because availability of they are able to access means to commit suicide, such as lethal means. Maybe you have a gun, alafu things are not going so well and you don't know who to turn to, and you opt to shoot yourself. Men are going to hang themselves, jump off cliffs, engage in risky behavior like reckless driving, while women mainly will only try maybe to take pills or hang themselves, or sorry for that. Yes, so you find out that more men than women are going to actually commit suicide, and men rarely seek mental health services, e.g. counseling and also therapy, as compared to women. So men are rarely equipped with skills to deal with issues compared to women. As I said earlier, men are not equipped by the society, and also they're not able to even go out there and seek this for themselves. So you find out that more men than women are going to commit suicide. We also saw, even in our country, in July, in a span of 3 months, May, June and July, we had 403 people committing suicide. Most of them were men. The oldest was 76 and the youngest was 9, a 9-year-old kid. Imagine. So suicide is a health issue worldwide, and it's something that it's a public health issue that needs to be brought to attention. Because fika mahali a 9-year-old actually commits suicide, that is very sad. You know, we need to talk about these things. We need to empower boys, we need to empower our men, we need to, you know, encourage men to talk. We need to be able to offer safe spaces for men. We need to be able to offer support. You know, if you are in a circle where you are with men, create a safe space for these people to talk, you know. Yeah, but I'm coming to that. I'm going to talk about how we can prevent suicide in my next video, so stay tuned, subscribe, like and share.